Hello viewer, today's lesson is about how to draw this Japanese model using a grid system. So place the head first of all. Just look at the distance between this line and the front of her face. It's about here, and likewise the same. These lines, the spaces made by those lines and the figure are very good reference points. Okay, just let's get this sleeve in. I'm not quite sure about the placement of the head just yet, so we'll look around elsewhere. Oh, very nice. It comes down quite close to about 2/3 of the way down. Okay, stay very loose at the moment. Her ear will be a good reference point. Just keep it nice and loose. Right, take a line from here and trace up and see where it intersects up there. So about here. There's follow-through lines, they're called. Okay, an interesting point here is this comes in quite a bit here. It's very nice feeling. See, there you are. It intersects with that ear. If that ear is in the correct place, that is. So always be very flexible. Instead of trying to draw two individual legs, let's just look at the whole shape. That whole shape. Worry about the inside section later. So her halfway point is there. So just make sure you measure that. Maybe a little tiny bit lower. Okay, so trace a line from here, or here rather. Let's go from here, straight up, about so far. And we'll try and place those legs. I think I'll double check that. Yes, so you can see how far it is. So from there, likewise, let's do this one. Well, that's nice. It makes a little triangle there. Okay, it's behind the ear. Okay, maybe we need to adjust that a little bit. Now, her weight-bearing leg is this one. This one is balancing. So you go straight up. Right, and if we could see the front of her figure, we'd know that that goes to the notch above your sternum, the so-called manubrium. Right, so straight down. Okay, that's the placement of that foot. Let's look at it in relation to this. It's interesting. You see that at so there's a lot of curving going on there, which is rather good. Very nice design. Right, that goes to halfway. So assuming that that's correct, there's our halfway point, and this comes in. Don't worry about getting the leg shape right just yet. It's not important. The important thing is the placement of this in relation to this. Okay, it's rather nice. Okay, so we can start to just suggest this now. So sometimes, especially when you've got something in an image where you've got two like eyes or arms or something, try to see the whole overall shape first. Okay, now we can try to see that internal. There's something you can look for. There's a V there, a very squashed up V. That helps you to see better. And we'll start to bring it together. And then we can start to refine it. So you don't start at the top and work your way down. Go all over the place and just get a bit of knee just below that line. And very, very nice. See, this is really very pleasing design. Might even exaggerate that a little bit. Okay, so we've got the figure more or less down now. Okay, now we can start to adjust and get it as right as we can. Okay, I think this skirt might come down just a little bit more, and we'll push it out a little bit further. Now, when drawing the figure, if you've got some drapery, like her shirt, for example, like that, it's very helpful. We can plot things and use it as a reference point for our drawing. Don't try and draw the features and get all hung up on getting her eyes just right, etc. Just note that that goes down and her ear's too high. I can see that now. See, it takes you a few minutes to just get into the drawing and start to see, because you're looking at everything at first. So now we can, yes, because her jawline is going very, very nicely. It's a bit tricky to see it, and it's over here a bit. Right, we can start to just, I'll just block in the hair. I don't want to make a big deal out of it. I'll just double check something here with her neck. Just take a vertical and see what happens. Okay, so that comes to there. Right, okay, we're pretty good. Just once again, take a vertical, go to that point where her neck is, and just go straight down, and we can see it's just slightly inside of that. So look at that, that tells us something. Okay, this can probably come over a bit more. You see what I mean by don't make any decisions just yet about placement, etc. Be flexible. Well, I've just done a little bit of refining. I don't want to overwork it, but I want to show you a trick. So this is the actual reference photo, and we can determine that the horizon line is about here. Okay, but this pretty messy sort of arrangement, it's not very clear. So what I'm going to do is totally change the environment, and I'd like to have her standing in front of this little old Japanese style house. A few changes. I decided that I'd make the horizon a bit higher, so therefore I had to change the angle of the shoes. Now, as I was mentioning about the Andrew Loomis book on design, that you need to adjust any reference photos. You have to adjust them in your drawing. So I decided to put this knot in. It's called. It's a kind of a curtain. It's just a half curtain like so, but it's rather nice. And I decided to have a little bit of wind blowing to create a little bit of movement there. Right, now I'd like to just put a little bit of colour on this. And I'm just going to use very simple colour scheme. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you got something out of this. It's always nice to put a little bit of colour in. I think it just warms it up a little bit. But the main point about it was how to use that grid to place the figure and get the proportions right. So if you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up, and please if you could subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. So thank you very much, and hopefully see you in the next video. Bye for now.